Hey everybody, Zhi Garcia here, and welcome back to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about some favorite new discoveries to us and why we liked those games so much. So this is all for games first played in July 2019, and I'm going to kick things off myself with my favorite game of the month, which was Imperial Settlers: Empires of the North. This is a standalone game in the Imperial Settlers family of games, but it does not combine with the original Imperial Settlers. That it's really its own unique game that uses some of the concepts of play in that original game, but really rewrites a solid amount of it, and in many ways, in a very thematic way. There are lots of things at play here that I find really interesting. The idea of collecting resources, and then those stick around from turn to turn. Not true in the original game. You don't automatically get resources. You need to harvest those things. Again, not something in the original game. You will now have a whole aspect of the game which is sailing, going out, finding islands, and either pillaging those islands and taking their stuff, and then you forget about the island, or you incorporate that island into your trade routes. It's now something else that you can do. There's a little worker placement or action selection really in the center of the table. There's a lot going on in this game, and I found it fascinating, really fantastic stuff. I rated this a 10 out of 10, and those are rare for me. And yes, I like the original a lot. I like 51st State a lot. Those two sort of came as an evolution of each other. But this one really feels fun. It feels fresh. Does not feel like a retreading of the same thing. And I just found it engrossing. So a fantastic game. Imperial Settlers: Empires of the North. And on top of that, they just announced a new expansion with some Japanese factions that are going to be joining the game. So I'm beyond excited, cannot wait for more content. So that's my pick.
Hi, I'm Ambi, and I had a few new to me games in July that I really liked, but my choice this month is Indonesia, which I actually didn't get to play a full game of. But Indonesia is a game where you're building up companies that produce goods and then you're shipping them to different places on a map to get money. But that's really interesting about it is that you can merge two companies together even if you don't own any part of the companies. So you can merge other people's companies, so you're always worried about that happening, and you're trying to get like the better companies and more money from that. And it's really interesting with the producing and delivering goods and the mergers. So that's why Indonesia is my best of the month.
For me, this was an easy choice. The game that I liked the most was Horrified from Ravensburger. Horrified is a game about the Universal Studio monsters in which you are cooperatively with a bunch of other people trying to stop Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Invisible Man, the Wolf Man, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Invisible Man. It's really neat too because you play against just two of them or three of them. Each person takes different characters. Has a very strong pandemic vibe to it. The nice medium weight cooperative with a really healthy dose of theme, fantastic components. Really, this is just a great one to check out. Horrified.
All right, guys, I'm ready.
I'm Ellen, welcome to We Game Together.
Our best of the month. Will they be the same?
I bet not. Viticulture is mine. It is a delicious
They're not the same.
worker placement game. I loved moving along the seasons. We played with the Tuscany expansion, and so you were going through spring all the way to winter and just trying to make those hard choices of when to place your workers and when to pass and move the seasons along.
I did like Viticulture quite a bit, although it might be even second or third for me this month. Lots of great games played, but my favorite this month, Smartphone Inc. Y'all.
Oh, I have not played that yet.
Backed it on Kickstarter. It's on Kickstarter now. Fantastic
I
game.
didn't know we backed
It's
it.
like an economic game. You like manipulate like a board to generate different quantities of phones. You could upgrade the phones.
really? That's
So that you
cute.
can sell them in different markets. So you can sell them at higher or lower values.
That's adorable.
Lots of really neat things going on in this game. Definitely recommend that one. That
Why have we not played?
is
We
our
need to
best of the
play
month.
it.
You were gone. Sorry, sucker. Bye.
Hello everyone, my best game of the month that's new to me has to be Men at Work. Now I don't know if it will live up to the sort of amazement that Pretzel Games' Junkart did, same company, same idea of balancing and dexterity. However, what I do know is turning that card over and having the top of one card telling you part of the information and the card you've turned over what part it links to seems genius at keeping things Always, you're never quite sure what's going to come out of that deck. And then there's 3 ways to start the game. So you're either balancing these girders on just wooden blocks, on the box itself, the insert, or even a crane that stands up vertical. They are all interesting ways to play, and it's just fun. Sometimes these dexterity ones, they hit the table so often because, you know, that fun of the clattering across the table when it all goes badly. Anyway, that's Men at Work, my best game of the month.
This is Roy Canny, and this is my best of the month. It's QE. This is definitely a fun bidding game where you're allowed to bid any amount you want. You have dry erase markers, and you can go into the billions and zillions and all sorts of crazy numbers out there. You're trying to basically collect all these different types of factory based on your nationality. There's all sorts of like different ways the sets can give you points, but then it's super awesome because like you bid a whole bunch of different stuff, but you don't want to be the person who bids the most over the whole game or you lose. It's definitely super interesting the way the game plays out, and it's super quick and easy to play. So my best of the month, QE.
Hi, I'm Jordan. My best of the month is Fleet the Dice Game. This game is the truth. It is a light to medium weight Euro game in a roll and write form. Roll some dice, draft some dice, upgrade your buildings, upgrade your boats, collect some resources, chain those to get bonus actions. It's so good. If you're a fan of Euro games, if you're a fan of roll and write games, this is it. This is your one-stop shop right here. Check out Fleet the Dice Game if you have a chance. I'm Jordan, and this game's awesome. Thanks.
Howdy folks, I'm Hunter Thomason from the Family Showdown. My game of the month this month, as well as Rebecca's, it's unanimous, is Glass Road. This is not a new game, but it's a new game for us. We love us some Uwe. We love our Uwe games. We've never got a chance to play Glass Road. We found it on sale, we grabbed it up, and we loved it. It's got some really interesting mechanisms. It's got a cool card play thing where you have a hand of cards, the same as the other players. You're going to be playing some of those cards each round, and if you play a card that's unique that no one else played, you get a more powerful version of that card. But if you copy other people, then you don't get as good an opportunity to do things. Also, it has a cool resource management system. It has a wheel, a little dial thing, like in Aura et Labor if you played that game. Except you have your own personal, instead of a board in the middle that controls the resources, you have your own little board with the little dial that controls your resources, which is really cool. So if you like Uwe games and you haven't tried Glass Road, you definitely need to go out and try it. Our game of the month.
And that's going to do it for us on this episode of Best of the Month. Thanks for checking this out. Let us know in the comments below, what have you been playing lately? What did you discover that you found to be an excellent game? And share it with the rest of us. What did you like about it? So that's going to be it. We'll see you again in 1 month for some fascinating new games that we are playing and discovering as of right now. Again, I'm Zhi Garcia. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.